What if I told you Brexit didn't fail? It was sabotaged. And while the nation looked the other way, our right to speak, to question, even to control our own energy, was quietly stripped away. This is the story of a country betrayed by its leaders, its laws, and its silence. All right, folks, cast your mind back to 2016. Britain voted to leave the European Union. We were promised sovereignty, control over our borders, freedom from EU laws. But nearly a decade later, what do we have? We're still bound by foreign courts. Our deportation powers are neutered. And the British public is being gaslit into thinking this is what we voted for. Keir Starmer says he respects the referendum. But under his government, the UK remains shackled to the European Convention on Human Rights. His own Justice Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, now admits the ECHR erodes public trust because it blocks deportations of violent offenders and lets foreign criminals hide behind legal loopholes. So why not leave it? Well, because they never planned to. But the betrayal goes deeper than just borders. We're now seeing the rise of something far darker, the criminalisation of thought itself. Yes, quoting true stories from UK courtrooms might get you flagged as a bigot, and it gets worse. Respect orders, buried deep in the new employment bill, will allow courts to silence citizens before they've done anything wrong. Pre-crime gagging orders based on nothing more than what you might say. Lucy Connolly was arrested for protesting. Andrew Lawrence was deplatformed for a joke. Tommy Robinson jailed for reporting on a case the state wanted buried. This isn't about protecting people, it's about shutting them up. And if you think this doesn't affect you, wait until it does. Meanwhile, the police, once protectors of public safety, are now enforcers of political orthodoxy. Even after promises to scrap so-called non-crime hate incidents, they're still being recorded, still appearing on people's records, still being used to intimidate. Last year alone, police scanned nearly 5 million faces using live surveillance without consent. And in Wakefield, a father was investigated for simply criticising his son's school. This is where we are. The thought police aren't coming. They're already here and they don't need a warrant. Just your opinion. But let's shift gears, because while you were focused on free speech, something else was happening. Something that hits your wallet, your fuel bills and your future. In June 2025, Ed Miliband announced new environmental guidance for North Sea oil fields. On the surface, it sounded like a win. Contested projects like Rosebank and Jackdaw, previously halted, were allowed to reapply. But here's the trick. To get approval, these companies now have to calculate not just their own emissions, but the emissions you produce when you use the fuel. It's called Scope 3, and it's designed to kill projects by stealth. This isn't a green light, it's a legal booby trap. And all of this is happening while Britain is set to import 94% of its gas by 2050. That's not independence, that's surrender. So let's step back. Brexit was sold as a moment of freedom. But under this government and the one before it, we've been walked straight into a managed democracy, a monitored society, and an energy system designed to fail. You can't speak freely. You can't police your borders. You can't drill your own gas. What does that leave? Dependence on foreign courts, on foreign energy, on government permission to speak. This isn't a glitch in the system. This is the system. And if you've had enough, if you believe Britain deserves better, now is the time to speak up before that's illegal too. Subscribe to TruthCast UK. Share this video with someone who still believes we live in a free country. Because the truth is no longer optional. It's necessary.